Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to make a quick video about this new head unit that I got. It's pretty interesting because it is a single DIN with Apple Carplay, Android Auto support, and that's really what I was going for. What I currently have in the Civic, what I used to have in the Civic was just some crappy old, this guy right here, Pioneer. Plays CDs and has Bluetooth, but no Android Auto, and there's not really a good spot to mount your phone in these cars, so I figured I might as well just get a head unit with it. And I'm actually very happy with my purchase. So this is super cheap on Amazon. I think I paid like 55 bucks shipped to my door. It's obviously not the most incredible thing ever. It comes with a little backup camera if you're into stuff like that. Comes with all the wiring for that as well. Seems pretty legitimate. Also the power that you might need in the mounting stuff, and then this for pulling the radio in and out if you want that. It uses ISO plugs, so it was pretty easy to install. Previous owner of my car hacked up the factory harness, so I had to kind of remedy that. I found the factory male side of the harness at the junkyard with a like aftermarket female side. Then I soldered that into the female side, and then the factory male part back into the car so that it's actually normal again. And I did go in without no modification, and I'm gonna tell you guys about that right now. Okay, hopefully you guys will be able to see this. I think it looks pretty good sitting in here. I don't know, driving the car, this isn't my normal camera, so you don't have the normal FOV. Look down, it looks a little bit sideways, but it's actually not. That's just, you can see my center console is actually a little messed up. It sits in there true with how it mounts. Yeah, again, this light also makes it look a little bit weird, but it actually looks really good in there. I had to modify it a little bit, like I said. So on the sides of this thing, you can kind of see in there. I'll do a little diagram on the screen right now, but there's two tabs that mount it, and the screen is actually a little bit bigger than just a normal single DIN. So I think it's like 2 inches, which is like half an inch overhang, that's on the top side of this head unit. So it's not gonna work on an EF when you have this this guy right here for the, like on the top side of the radio bezel in between the HVAC controls. So what I did is I kind of dismounted the screen and moved it down a set of holes, so there's less holding the screen on there, but it's actually not that big of a deal. It doesn't move if I try to wiggle it that much. I mean, I'm not really going to be doing anything more than touching it, so it's really not that big of a deal. I really like this one the best because it has the volume knob right here. You get this USB here, charges it and connects to CarPlay. You have a Type-C. You have another just car charger. Also comes with kind of this like shitty little remote, but I'm not going to use that. You don't really need to with Android Auto. And then this one, because it has the dial, that's the only reason that I could foresee someone needing that. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what this thing looks like when it's powered on. So as you can see, it powered on very, very quickly. Oh my God. One thing I don't like about it, actually I just reset it, so maybe that's not typical behavior, but it defaults to the FM stereo, and then there's these lights here. I don't know if you can really see that. So there's like those blue lights. Not a huge fan. They also kind of rotate their RGB. It's actually fairly responsive. It's a super lightweight unit. There's not a whole ton in there. Okay, perfect. So what I'm gonna do, disable those beeps, which is something you can do. Beep, okay, off, cool. So it's pretty straightforward. You can do Bluetooth music. It's actually remembered my phone somehow, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we got some non-copyrighted music here because we're all about that life. So that's just the Bluetooth feature. It sounds really good. I'm not sure if you guys can totally hear that. There is a very light humming in the background. I don't know, you probably won't be able to hear it. I'm not super concerned about it. My other car does it too. It's probably just, I mean, it's a $50 head unit. It's not that big a deal. If you turn the sound all the way off, the humming goes away. So it might just be some interference I did with my wiring in particular. So you might not have the same experience, but even if you do, I don't think it's that big of a deal. As the volume of the music increases, the humming sound does not get any better, so I don't think it's that detrimental. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up and let you guys listen to what it sounds like. Yeah, so I'm not cranking that thing totally super loud. That's definitely louder than I would ever need it while driving around town. Again, you guys are hearing this through a lavalier mic underneath my shirt, so maybe it doesn't sound like anything. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the CarPlay experience is like. It's actually much better than I was expecting. I didn't have to sync my phone via Bluetooth, by the way. This is just automatically detected from the CarPlay that I've done before. Okay, so I'm gonna plug my phone in, off camera here. You're gonna see how quickly it switches. Okay, it's connecting. And there she is. So that was actually a little bit longer than I was expecting. Not gonna show you guys where I live, but this thing's actually very decent, guys. I'm actually pretty surprised with how well everything works. I did run into one problem where the very side is kind of hard to press. It's not something that you really need to worry about. You can do Spotify, you can switch back to your maps super easy. And I have a really cheap phone, so the fact that it's working this well is pretty surprising. And yeah, like I said, this side for some reason does not work very well. There's not really a whole lot to do in here. Like I said, it's pretty simple. You can change the color of these things here on the side. I wish you could turn them off, but you can't, unfortunately. Red isn't too bad. And then you can also just do white. Also, they look very bright on the camera. They're not actually that bright. And then you can kind of touch calibrate. I don't know exactly how well that works. By pressing this guy here, if you're pressing it in, you can see it's changing frequencies. I actually found that the jazz one, where you just kind of have loudness, it actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. Not a super exciting video. I just wanted to show you guys I found a cool head unit for EFs. It definitely modernizes the interior just a little bit. Yeah, it looks pretty good down there. From the driver's perspective, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not super excited about how I had to mount it because of those little, like the tabs I had to cut off. But again, it's gonna be fine. You can kind of see in there, it's like angled slightly, but this little guy's the remote that it came with. It's definitely not the best looking thing. They kind of expect you to put it on your steering wheel like that. I'm not gonna do that. But it does work. You can see I'm pressing the skip button. Yeah, so I think it's infrared, so those lights right there. You can see it's skipping songs. I can turn the volume up. Let's see, it's affecting it. Yeah. Yeah, moral of the story is don't use this thing. So I don't know exactly where I'm going with this video, but I would definitely recommend this head unit, especially if you want something for less than $100. If it's $60, you can't really go wrong. Again, the only thing that I think is weird is that sometimes you can't press the side buttons on the very side of the screen, but then it's intermittent. But it's not really that big of a deal. I just want to see my map on the screen, so this works perfect for me. I would not recommend this if you have more sophisticated audio setup. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. This is more for people like me who just want some kind of audio and then some sort of navigation in their car. For that, it works really well. Hope you guys found this video informational. I'm not getting any money for talking about this. There's not even a company for me to shout out here, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one.